Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is another Diwali tutorial and I'm going to be doing a little mini review of the Makeup by Mario Ethereal palette. I have a lot of mixed reviews on it and feelings about it, but I just wanted to add some pictures and show you what today's Indian dress was. And so right now, I have no idea what I'm doing. Actually, that's a lie. I do know what I'm doing. I was getting ready for the day very quickly. Also, I did put together two and two. It took me a minute. I, for some reason, thought, and this could be me being very new to recording and whatnot, but I genuinely did think, y'all, that my camera would record forever and ever and ever, which is why, like, at the 20-minute mark in the previous tutorial, things cut off. So I guess this time, like, when I record next, I just have to stop before it stops recording and then pick up from where I left off if I have more than 20 minutes of footage. But anyways, I'm actually giving the Anissa Beauty brush a little bit of a break. I'm going in with my e.l.f. Cosmetics foundation brush and applying the House Labs foundation. You guys, it's really hard for me to pick which is my favorite foundation because I don't know, like, I think that all of the foundations that I do have, like, they all serve a purpose. Like, for example, like Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, that is great for if I want a glowy but not too like glowy finish for me, because on my I'm using the NARS Radiant Cream Concealer here. And like on my skin, it appears as if it's satin with a little bit of glow. So for example, if I am going somewhere and I don't know how my foundation is going to like lay and react, I always go in with Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Like, I think that's just my go-to. Was I like this before? Nope. Absolutely not. Do you guys remember the Dior foundation? It was the most natural looking Dior foundation. I swear to God, they discontinued it, and I could not be more mad at Dior. Like, I'm just like, why? I should have bought like 50 bottles, but looking back at that time frame in my life, I didn't have the budget for it. Plus, all those bottles would have gotten discontinued anyways, so it's not like I could use it and be like, hey, this is another friendly option. It's not, because it's discontinued. Anyways, I'm going in with concealer, and again, NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is a staple of mine. Out of all of the concealers that I have used, this is something that if I didn't repurchase, I would actually be concerned and not do my makeup. I'm just going to say that. That's a very final statement. I tried the pot concealer that they have. It was too drying for my skin. So my skin is normal, like somewhat like dry to normal. It's not really oily. But and I'm very blessed, and I say that, but I don't know, you guys. Like, when the soft matte pot concealer came out from NARS, like, I tried it and it was just too drying. It was too drying, and it looked like I had, like, I don't know, like cake frosting underneath my eyes. Like, it didn't look flattering. So I don't recommend that particular concealer for, those who have normal to dry skin or on the drier side. It will make you look like you've got chalk underneath. So in a hurry, I skipped a lot of steps that I would if I was fully glamming, but honestly, each tutorial is different. I'm going in with a NARS Ita brush and the NYX Buttermelt Butter Bronzer. I'm in the shade Butter Biscuit. I always feel like I have to say it's Butter Biscuit. I don't know why. But I genuinely love this bronzer. It took me a while to understand which bronzers I like. I had a journey with bronzers, if I'm being honest. I did not know how to use them. But I will go ahead and say I used to use the Becca bronzer in the shade Ipanema Sun. And Becca is no longer in business. I think the only thing that they have is Champagne Pop, and that too Smashbox acquired that highlighter. And so, by the way, I was getting ready for work and I did want to have some color because I knew that I was going to be wearing that ombre dark purple sari. This is a year of ombre, and I did not realize how good it looked on me. I have pictures towards the end, but I, for some reason, have a lot of fun, like multicolor ombre-ish saris. And by the way, if you ask me my favorite Indian style of clothing to wear, I will say a sari. It's timeless, it's classic, and it never goes wrong. And so yes, I genuinely love this ombre one. Actually, the sari that I was wearing was gifted to me by a loved one, and I was very happy to finally wear it. So yes, by the way, you guys, here's my review on the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Palette. If you are someone that likes a subtle but hint of color, this is the palette for you. I have used these kind of like purpley burgundy-ish colors before, like these wine colors on my eyelids, and they've been more pigmented. I hate saying that, but it's deceptive when you look in the palette and you're applying like you see the glitter and you see the shimmer and everything running through, and then you put it on your eyes and it literally looks like a hint of color. I remember like I was testing out this palette like I think last week when I got it, and I did my makeup with the eyeshadow palette, and I literally asked my manager, I was like, hey, how does my eye makeup look, not eyelid, my eye makeup look? And she's like, it looks good, it looks very natural. And I was just like, oh, like, if you want to wear this to work, here's the thing, you guys, if you are new to eyeshadow, this is where my recommendation is. If you are new to eyeshadow, you want to experiment with shimmers, and you don't necessarily have full control of how pigments work or a full understanding of how certain pigments work and whatnot, I would recommend this palette. As you can see when I'm shifting through the light, like it's, I'm going in with that dark brown color. My review of the shimmers is, if you are someone that's looking for like a pop of punch, as you can see with my style, when I do shimmers, I like it to like shine through. I'm not really on the subtle side. So I personally did not like the shimmers. I thought it was deceptive. I tried using Fix Plus. I don't know. It does not translate the way that I want it to translate. I was expecting more glitter, not necessarily fallout, but I was expecting the glitter to translate a bit more. I was expecting the shimmer and the foil and the pigments to translate a bit more. And that's not what I got. The mattes, however, I love the mattes in the palette. I think they blend smoothly. I think you can do a whole look without. That's the one thing I will say where the palette wins points with me, is that it's versatile, you guys. And this is my first Makeup by Mario palette, so I don't even have his other eyeshadow palettes, if I'm being honest. And so I know there's been a lot of mixed reviews, and people are getting, there's a little bit of division going on the internet regarding this, but my honest review is that if you are a beginner and you want to experiment with color, this is the palette for you. If you are someone like me that's a makeup veteran and you are expecting more pigment and like a bit more shine and like color to pop through, you might have these kind of mixed feelings that I am having. By the way, this was the easiest lower lash line blend that I could ever do. I struggle so hard with lower lash line eyeshadow blends because for some reason either I haven't mastered the technique yet, and I'm being fully honest here, or I just end up going for like the darkest colors and expect that to blend to perfection. But I have realized that if I go with like a medium color to like and then fade into dark, it works a lot better. But the malleability of the matte eyeshadows, listen, I don't know where he milled those matte eyeshadows. I don't know where all that came from, but this is another, like, for me, I'm technically considered a beginner when it comes to lower eyelash, like lower line blending, because I suck at it. I really do. I'm just gonna call myself out there. And so, yes, I love that this was easy to work with. So there's a lot of benefits to this palette. So if I was gonna rate it, I would give it a 6 on 10. It lost 4 points because the shimmers aren't as shimmery and they do not translate the way that they look in the palette onto the eye. And that was a huge, deduction for me. It is a more beginner-friendly palette. Again, someone who's a bit more advanced in makeup or has been doing their makeup for a while, like I have been, I expected different from this palette. So, but that doesn't mean that I'm turned away from trying out more eyeshadow palettes in the line. I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty eyeliner, per normal. And for lipstick, I actually mixed two different. I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Ashton, and I put a little bit of Hudson. Hudson would have worked on its own, but I didn't want it to be too pink. So I had to be very cognizant. I wanted a more like a brown terracotta base, and Ashton gives me just that. But I didn't want it to be too brown and terracotta. Do you see the confusion? Anyways, so I am going in with that. Honestly, you guys, I've been feeling so tired. I don't know what the heck it is. I'm just gonna chat about life a little bit right now, because you guys have seen me do this like a billion times. But I've just been feeling super tired, and I feel like sometimes I'm running out of tutorial ideas and whatnot. But I also I'm looking at like certain pictures that I've taken in the past and been like, oh, like this look really looked nice on this particular, outfit of mine. Maybe I should do like a reel or like a short or a video on it. And so I remember I feel like I had to change a lot of my makeup looks for when I was vacationing in Europe. I'm going in with the Clinique mascara, by the way, and then I back in with the Fenty mascara as well. This Clinique mascara is great on its own. I recommend also their primer that they have. That will give you va boom. Like literally, if you don't want to double your mascara and you just want to have like that full lash effect, buy the primer and apply this mascara. I just didn't buy the primer. I didn't repurchase it after using it once because I have this thing of like I just didn't want to get addicted to using a primer if I'm being honest. But it's a good product. I really love it. Also, like this look that I did, it reminded me of an old look that I used to do, which was like a more purpley wine toned look. This is a bit more on the burgundy side, but I love it regardless. Again, I need a bit more pigment, so it's not gonna get like a 10 on 10 from me. But this held up throughout the entire day. I didn't even use any setting spray on this makeup, by the way, you guys. I did not use my Milani setting spray. I just ran out of time, if I'm being honest. And so yes, I'm going in with the Bare Minerals blush in the shade Call My Blush. Also, please let me know if you've ever tried any Bare Minerals products, because every time I try them, and I hate saying this about the brand, but like I freaking break out. Like I used to try to use their tinted moisturizer and then their foundation and whatnot, like way back in the day when I was in college, and that's when I didn't even go through like my second puberty, and I would still break out. And I don't usually break out. I don't have like breakout prone skin, which is a blessing, but this more photos to come. But just let me know if you guys also like did not like react well with any Bare Minerals products. But yeah, bye y'all.